Very good morning, friends and traders. Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you something very powerful, a method that doesn't just tell you what the market is doing, but why it is doing. Many traders chase moves after they happen. It was with me also. I made screener. I used to get disappointed when the whatever the condition I apply, I used to get of course, I used to get the good stocks, which are volume based, momentum based, and everything. But initially, they used to pop up. The pop up will be gap up like that, and it was difficult for me to enter actually. Sometimes it will be very huge, but the momentum will be there in that stock and in that option. But I was in confusion when to enter, which is the discounted price, even with the indicator, my indicator, rolling pivot, and CPR. It little bit becomes hard for you to. But what if we enter before that happens, if we come to know before that happens, and we enter at a very discounted price and we are into the pop up, like before blasting. That was my intention. So, that is the thing I constantly thought of finding something which can tell me before that happens. So, what if I told you that you can actually position yourself before the move begins? That is exactly when I did in Infosys call option. And in this video, I'll show you how. You have all seen me talk about episodic pivot, rolling pivot, and the significance of midweek market behavior. Today, I'm going to connect these dots to show you how the episodic pivot signals institutional interest and how the rolling pivot confirms the momentum is here to stay. In the Infosys chart, I noticed a subtle shift, a sudden flare up in the volume and price alignment right around the episodic pivot zone. That was my clue. The rolling pivot then held firmly, validating that the trend was ready to unfold. When both these conditions met, I didn't just see a setup, I saw conviction. Not only a setup, I saw conviction, confidence. I know that somebody is, see, if you're doing something, if in your family somebody is backing up, that is a support. You can do wonders. If somebody supports you with full heart, you can do wonders. You can come up. Like that, you can, with conviction, you can enter into position without any psychology or any disturbance by the intraday volatility, hiccups, you can stay in the trade. That was my intention actually. And that is what me made to take a call option entry in fee confidently much before the big move actually began. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact trade, how I detected the episode, how the rolling pivot confirmed it, and how this combination can help you catch such moves early and position confidently in the direction. So stay tuned till the end because by the time we finish, you will understand how to use episodic pivot and rolling pivot together to predict and position in the market like a pro. Okay. See, I am on the chart of INFY. You can see the daily chart. On the 6th itself, it started showing episodic pivot. So when it shows an episodic pivot on the Infosys, I wait for these levels, discount. See, that is a when a episodic pivot happens, moment happens, we need to wait for the discount. That's what I've explained in my bus gimmick and everything. That happens actually after the episodic pivot, price tends to come down and retest. So that was the period I was constantly watching this level. From here, the big money has entered into the market. So that was my clue. So I was watching patiently to price to come. It has started coming over here. And it tested that level. Around that level, the call option, I will see whatever the price, the 1500 call option I located, because the price was around October 10th, the pop-up. That was like, if I keep the cursor, 1521. So you can keep a 1500 and call option. I kept on watching this. Let me take you to the 1500 call option. See, on the day it came down to, when it retraced, it was coming down to 15.50. That was my track. Okay, let me put this and go back to the Infosys. When I went to Infosys, actually, I was astonished to see on 21st. 21st was Muhurta trading, right? On the Muhurta trading, Deepavali Muhurat trading, the episodic pivot, actually, our rolling pivot comes into action. Here you can see rolling pivot coming into action because price climbed above the rolling pivot. Price has come. Why this one is not showing? What happened to this Can Hilo inputs? Okay. Okay, let me see if, yes, it is showing right here. See, it flipped actually. I was just not able to see this. Here, it has flipped here, and it price climbed above the pivot. Even though it has not flipped above, but this episodic pivot, the high price of this episodic pivot on the day when it popped up, and also there was episodic pivot on this day. The price is above. This is the confirmation for me. When the price came down and it started before climbing to episodic pivot, you can pick it up. Initially, you may find it difficult to understand, but you can understand better. But there is an initial backup over here with the big money entering into the market. See, nowhere you can see. You are not entering into the red. See, this is just a pop-up. There is no institutional support. Real institutional support came over here. So I was confident to track this 1500 this 1500 call option. It was on this day, it was, you can see over here, just 14 rupees. 14 rupees, there was no signal. If I go to the hourly time frame, you will get a signal over here. Hourly time frame, so it was on 18 rupees, it came down to 15 rupees. Even on the option episodic pivot, I was able to see. And I positioned myself around 17 rupees. That was the thing. There is confidence from the underlying institutional traders, institutional money flowing into the stock. I comfortably enter into the call option at a very discounted price. See, entering into this pop-up was difficult. This was most of the times they accumulate before, which is accumulated very subtly. Institution will not show up. When it comes, this is the pop-up. They book it at the high price, they halt it, and the people will start selling, confusing the people. But the direction will be still high. The again episodic pivot is there, but even the price, it has to come down, it has to make a discount, and again it has to start. It may start, it may take 1 or 2 days. So this is how from 17 rupees, let me write, go there, lot size. INFY, see, lot size is 400 shares. So I entered at 400, 17 rupees. Multiplied by the 400, you are paying only 6,800 rupees. Okay. So it popped up to 59 rupees. Let me minus this. Let me clear this. 59 minus 17 is equal to 42. 42 into 400, you are cashing in 16,800 rupees for just an investment of 6,800 rupees. So, friends, it is a disclaimer that you have to take your trade with your risk. I am not SEBI registered. This is my innovation. And this indicator is a paid indicator. If you want to access, you need to WhatsApp me on 98452 98452096000. So it is a paid indicator. You can access this and you can also get the benefit from this. If you do not have rolling pivot, you need to have this two combo, at least minimum rolling pivot, reversal magic, this indicator, as well as for this episodic pivot. When the institutional money comes in, you need to understand how the structure is aligning with that. That is the magical moment. So that's how there are many examples. I've taken the very latest one which happened yesterday. That is the thing Infosys. I took the example and I'm showing it to you. And you can identify stocks earlier, and with this indicator, episodic pivot, you can make out the institutional money flowing into the stock. Then if you enter into that stock, there will be momentum. There will be momentum. You are not going to stay for very long. Within one pop-up, one pop-up, you book your profits and exit. That's it. You are going to cover it. That is very, very important. Timing is very, very important. If you time very wrongly, you will be sitting with that with frustration. You cannot do that. The frustration will make you to make mistakes, and psychologically you will be not in sound state. Everything is taken care of in this rolling pivot indicator, building the structure as well as building this episodic pivot coding for the institutional money flow. So you will be into the momentum. That's what needed for you people to trade. The screeners fail to, even though we put in the screener, the screeners will not, even if you put the volume and everything, you cannot identify this institutional money, because institutional money accumulates very, very subtly. They don't show up the volume. You can see over here a very narrow bar, narrow range bar. If I apply the Okay, let me apply the volume and show it to you. There will not be much volume. See, in this narrow range bar, yes, We are seeing the narrow range bar with a big volume, above average volume, but you cannot decide. You cannot decide whether the institutional money or just a pop up like that. I have studied volume spread analysis. In that, divergence between the volume and the spread, it indicates something is cooking, but it is difficult. The concept is good, actually. It is difficult to identify how many stocks you are going to identify. It is not easy. By just one click with this indicator, you can screen many stocks where the institutional money is there or not. That's how it is very handy and useful, and you can utilize this. Thank you very much, friends. Nalnakshi Swami signing off. I wish you all the best for a happy trading day for today.